Hello, I'm Wayne Hudson.
And I'm Jeremy Tillman.
Here with another coaching tip for the Christ life. You okay today, Coach?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good. You know, we've been talking a little bit about revival, and that, you know, we both have a heart to see genuine revival in our churches and in our nation. And we've been doing a little reading about revival, and ran across a statement that Billy Graham said that I think is really has a lot of truth in it. And he says that there's two things that he believes that it's a hindrance in our nation and our churches for us really experiencing genuine revival. And the first one is that we do not understand the holiness of God. And the second one is we do not understand how sinful that man really is. Let's spend a couple of times talking about that. And today let's talk about that first statement. It is a lack of understanding of really how holy that God is. You know, when I think about that statement, I agree with it, that we have a hard time comprehending that God is holy and exactly what that means. You know, and in Isaiah 6, you know, Isaiah has this vision, and he says, "Holy, holy, holy, the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." And then he says, "The foundation and thresholds of the temple trembled at the voice of him who came out while the temple was filling with smoke." That, man, it gets this vision of the holiness of God. Holy, holy, holy. You know, would you agree with me that we do not really understand the holiness of God? Therefore, we struggle with understanding God.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? What does it mean that God is holy?
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100% that I don't think we truly understand you know, who God is and his holiness.
Right.
And I'm reminded of a book A.W. Tozer wrote, The Knowledge of the Holy, and he says early on in that book that the most important thing about us is what comes to our mind when we think about God.
That's right.
And here's the sad reality is for most of us, if we're not careful, we have created a man-made version of God.
That's right.
And we have not gotten in his word to truly see the holiness of God. We think about God is holy. What does that really mean? The word holy is a word that means to be set apart.
Yep.
God is set apart. There's no one like him.
None like him.
None like
That's
him.
right.
And he's creator God. He's the one who's created everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's words that may come to mind as we think about God being holy, that he's righteous, that he is just.
Yeah.
And, you know, the list could go on and on.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, when we think about God being holy, he's the one and only. He's been set apart. There's no one like him.
Right.
Sin does not make up who he is.
That's right.
He knows no sin.
That's right.
And so, you know, I think for many of us, what we have done is we have watered down who God is.
That's
We've
right.
made God out to be some small version that makes us feel comfortable.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, you know, the presence of God brings us to our knees.
It does. It should.
Yeah.
It should. That's right. You know, God is holy, and that's what we want you to focus on as we close out today. The coaching tip for today is simply this: holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. And we want you to think about the holiness of God and what that means. Because if I don't understand that God is holy, I don't really understand who God is. Hope you have a blessed day. Let Jesus be Jesus in you today.